Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man and it's time to make some soap. So you can probably see I have a lot going on over here and a lot more behind that you don't see. I'm going to be making what will be my double batch. Like normally when I go to church I make the larger batch there, I have more room there, I have a bigger mold. But I want to do the bigger batch, but I'm doing it here. So what I'm going to do is do one in my tall skinny mold, which I'm going to work on right now. And then I'm going to get that cleaned up and everything put away. Then I'm going to make another one in my loaf mold, my slab mold, and that should give me the 36 bars that I need for that large batch that I do at church. I just want to try something different and have a different variety to be able to take to the street ministry. So I'll go ahead and make these today and let them sit, and then I'll take them to the church and cut them tomorrow and get them on the drying rack there at the church. So anyway, we're going to start out with the tall skinny mold. I'm going to do a simple design I haven't done in a long time. I'm going to only have two colors. I'm going to have, it's sort of an olive green, and it's called, what is this called? Cabin Fever from Nurture Soap, which is a bit of an olive green, has a lot of gold tones in it. And then I'm going to use Cobalt Blue, Ultramarine Blue from Crafter's Choice. Those will be just the two colors in the soap, and I'm going to drop swirl those in and do a hanger if I don't forget. And the frosting on top is going to have those same two-tone colors. And I'm going to fragrance this with an old favorite, Apple Sage from Brambleberry. I know I was going to use this a couple of weeks ago and changed my mind, but I'm definitely going to use this in this soap today. So that'll be a simple soap that I'm going to start right now, and then I will start the second soap after that. So let's get started. I'm doing the heat transfer. This one is my hot process recipe with the home rendered lard. Then the second soap I'm going to make is my traditional cold process recipe. So I'll be back when I have everything mixed up and ready. Okay, I am back and it's time to get started. So this is going to be just once again a simple two-color design soap. I'm going to have equal amounts of the olive green, which is Cabin Fever, and Ultramarine Blue. So, and I have my frosting set off in the background, out of the way. And I think about a heaping should be enough. Let's stir that in and get an idea. Yep, a heaping is enough. And let's try that again. My stupid camera is thinking for me. I'm doing things I don't want it to do. And there's our green. And now let's do our blue. Just a gorgeous cobalt blue. I love this stuff. And I think about a heaping of it should do. Maybe just a tad more. And because this is not a mica, it will have to be stick blended. I'm going to go ahead and hand stir it just so I kind of have an equal amount of blending on both of these. But this won't really show its true potential until it's been stick blended. Because it's got some clumps in it now. And both of these have only been hand stirred with the heat transfer method. Go ahead and just hand stir the fragrance in. It does behave, but I'm soaping pretty warm and I had to give that a pretty hard hit, so just going to hand stir. That'll be for our frosting. that's about the consistency I like for a drop swirl. And I think by the time I get this poured, it will be ready and thick enough so that the hanger swirl will do what it's supposed to. Okay, I maybe should have done 1 or 2 pulses with the stick blender because the fragrance behaves, and I know it does. This is just a little thin, and I'm afraid if I do the hanger tool now, I might just get a bunch of blending and muddling together. So I'm going to shut this down, let that sit just for a minute or two. Stay right here and watch it, so I'll be back. Yep, definitely should have hit that a couple of times with the stick blender because it's taken its own sweet time. But anyway, I think it's now a better consistency to add in the hanger. And really, that's all I'm going to dare do, but it is a good consistency now. And I'm glad I waited because I can see a little bit on the edge where the blue and the green mixed, and it's not a pretty color. So yeah, definitely a good job waiting for that to set up. So hopefully they don't blend together inside the soap. So that's still going to have to sit for a while before I come back and tempt the frosting. So I'll see you in just a minute when I'm ready for the frosting. Okay, I am back and it's time for our second soap. And to save a little time, I'll describe all the colors and what I'm doing as I go along, but I'm using Galactic Skies to fragrance this, and this is from Brambleberry. And I have used this many times, and I'm using it in this one because this soap design and color theme are both based on a tie that I wear quite frequently. So since it's a man's tie, I wanted kind of a man's masculine scent, and this to me smells like a really high quality masculine cologne. I love it. I haven't used it in a long time. So on the bottom level, I'm going to have an in the pot swirl. I'm going to be using black, which will be activated charcoal. And I'm going to do a light gray, which is a mixture of Nurture Soap's platinum gray and lightened up with some titanium dioxide. That will be the accent. Okay, my camera is really giving me fits today, and it just cut off saying low battery, even though I charged it, and it won't let me use it plugged in. So here's pouring the bottom layer. I'm not sure what all I'll get filmed with this one, but hopefully I'll at least get the pour and the cut. And that will have to sit for a long time because I want to texture that, and this fragrance behaves really well. So hopefully while that's sitting up, I can get my battery charged. We'll give it a shot. Okay, I'm back. I think I found the problem with the camera. I should be able to get it charged up for the cut tomorrow. So this is the second in the pot swirl. This is red, which is Trial by Fire from Nurture Soap, and Sahara Gold, both from Nurture Soap. So here goes our top layer. That is textured and that shimmer gold on there. Now, the last time I made this, I did a mica drizzle on top, a gold mica drizzle. Honest, where I've made 2 soaps in a row, I have a lot to get done. I got to get to the church and get my soap bagged up for the street ministry, so I'm not going to have time. So I'm just going to go ahead and squirt that with some rubbing alcohol and let it sit 5 minutes and squirt it again and wrap it up and put it in bed and get out of here. So I'll see y'all tomorrow for the cut with both of these, and hopefully no camera issues. Okay, I am back and it's time to cut our soap. So I'm going to cut both of the ones I made. So this is the tall skinny mold with the frosting, and this is the one with the apple sage. Everything went beautifully. And I do know from experience, a frosted soap barely fits this mold. So let's hope I didn't get too carried away with the frosting to where this one doesn't fit. Actually, no, it'll fit. I mean, just barely fits. Yeah, very nice. I'm glad I waited before I added the hanger tool, because it really was fluid. But yeah, that looks really nice. That's exactly what I was hoping for. And of course, the apple sage from Brambleberry is a long-time favorite. I've used it since they came out with it. They used to give away free samples of their fragrances if you bought a big enough order, and they sent me a free sample of the apple sage, and I've been using it on a regular basis ever since. So here's that one. Now let's get our other one. I should have cut this one at home. I messed up because my soap cutter here is on a different size, And I tried to resize it, and it's just actually going to end up being more effort than it's worth. So I'm going to have two really disproportionate bars, but nothing I can do now. But here is the one with the Galactic skies from Brambleberry. Just love it. Absolutely love it. Here's the larger bar. This one's going to be quite a bit bigger. And just nothing I can do about it. That's one good thing about giving your bars away instead of selling them. Your goofs, it's just not a big deal. But other than cutting the wrong size, that is just 100% what I was hoping for. Absolutely, positively what I was hoping for. The mica line really stands out very prominently. Okay, lots of texturing in the landscape scene. I love it. So let me line these up, and I'll get a photo of all of them. But that is what I have for this week. And this is something I might do a little more often, is make some of these bars for here at the church that'll go to the street ministry. And then some of the ones I make at home will just go out in the donations blessings box out front like usual. So anyway, that's what I have. I am super pleased with both of these. So thanks for watching. You all stay safe, take good care of yourselves, and be blessed. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.